And we're live. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of a new show I'm calling, I guess, How to Be a New Crypto YouTuber. My name is Maddie Allen, and I'm super stoked that you're here. Thank you for joining us. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's something we say in the business. And if you're watching this on the replay, shout out to you. Leave a comment in the section below. You'll see that I'm not your typical crypto YouTuber. I've been doing this for 99 weeks. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I stream about my favorite cryptocurrency, HEX.com. And HEX pays trustless yield. It's made me a retired millionaire with my background being as a therapist. And it's also given me the freedom of time to be able to learn new hobbies and become great at other things other than just being a therapist and practicing what I preach. And so basically the format of my live streams is where I interact with the audience and I drop amazing nuggets of information here and there. Today is mostly going to be a pep talk and a call to action. I just got done streaming with another legendary streamer, The Hexologist, and his YouTube channel is youtube.com/hexfamily. And Hexologist he's an amazing guy. He streamed for hundreds of days in a row, and now he's 100 days in to a 500 or 600 day stream marathon. Every single day he streams. And that's who I learned how to stream from. And now I want to pay it forward by teaching you. Anybody who's watching this right now, whether you already know about HEX or you already know how to be a YouTuber, right? Or if you're brand new to it, I want to help everybody get involved. I am going to be hosting the 3rd annual online HEX conference. HEXconference.com is where you can go to learn about the last conference that we did in January of this year, January 6th through 9th. And so we're going to keep the same dates for 15 years, and then I'll reassess. But so the one that's coming up in less than 3 months from now is the 3rd HEX conference, and that'll be on January 6th through 9th. So that's a 4-day online event. And this last year, I believe that we set the world record for the largest number of crypto channels to be involved with a single online conference. And again, I want to break our own world record. And what does that mean? That means that the goal is to double the amount of channels that participated. Last year, it was about 90 different channels participated across about 120 different slots that we had to have people on stream. Some people were one at a time. Some people were in groups of 4 and 9. And so anyway, to prepare you, if you want to participate in this upcoming HEX conference, and or whether you come across this years from now and you just want to learn how to be a crypto YouTuber, I'm going to share my tips and tricks. But the first step in becoming a HEX YouTuber is to bite the bullet and to jump in. Okay. And so we're going to talk today about the motivation element. I didn't really know that I was going to become such a consistent YouTuber. I didn't know I'd like it so much. So first off, I can tell you there's tons of benefits to being a crypto YouTuber. It's the perfect way for you to learn more. And so you don't have to know everything right away. And that's so that's kind of cool. And so what else do we know about the benefits of being a streamer? Well, it's really a good way to build community for yourself and for other people. I see somebody asking in the comments, like, do you have to be a HEX YouTuber? Well, I'm going to teach you the same things that, I'm going to teach everybody, and I'm not going to exclude somebody because they don't like HEX. But this isn't a place to shill other things. And so, it's in the world today, we don't have complete freedom of speech, but YouTube hasn't banned HEX or any other things necessarily. But at the end of the day, you're going to decide what you talk about. I'm going to pay forward what I've learned from other HEX YouTubers, and certainly to be in the HEX conference, like, you don't have to be a HEX maxi, but the guideline is that it's not your place in when you're on camera to shill other things. And so, so the conference topics are focused on HEX because there's plenty to talk about, and there's history being made. And then the online Pulse Chain conference, I hosted the first annual one, even though Pulse Chain hasn't been released yet. There's been so much building around it that's the one that I believe will be completely inclusive to for the topics that get discussed, right? So, so HEX conference is focused, and Pulse Chain online conference is open to various topics and projects building on it. So you're going to be building community. You're going to be educating yourself and others. Streaming is a perfect way to give back and to feel good about what you're doing, from my opinion. And I realize that a lot of YouTubers these days in crypto are very corrupted. And so that's another issue that I care a lot about, is to be able to guide people like I've had to learn and be guided by others on how to really navigate being a broadcaster without being an influencer. Because influence is something that drugs put you under. Influence is something that comes down to marketing, and sometimes you can market things that have a good impact on the world, but a lot of times in the competition for attention, like bad things these days end up getting marketed to people. And in crypto, there are a lot of scams. There's a lot of things wrong with crypto. I don't think crypto is a particularly good place if you're not in HEX. And like delaying gratification is hard. And so that doesn't even feel good. So there's really nothing in crypto that feels good all the time. But that's where I believe that some people go wrong, because they become a crypto influencer and then they fall down a slippery slope. And look, I've wanted to cover lots of things and I've made mistakes myself. And so again, I'm hoping to be able to teach people from the very basics all the way up to like the ethical foundations, all the way up to like, highest production quality and all that kind of stuff. So if you follow along on this series, I will drop all my alpha. I'll tell you, everything that I know when it comes to streaming. I'll give you links to like the equipment that I have and all that kind of stuff. But starting off, baby steps. The first step is probably to just use the camera on your phone and to just start making videos. Like get your Snapchat or your video camera out, or whatever it is, the app on your phone that you're using. You can use the YouTube app as your capture, and just take the channel that you're already, like if you have an account on YouTube, that means you have a channel, whether you've used it or not, and just make your first video. Like it doesn't have to be good, and that's okay. You don't have to know everything. You could start a channel just by asking questions, right? And the more questions that you ask and the more fun you have with it without making it stressful, the better. When I first started streaming, I got really nervous before I would start streaming. Like I'd be sweating and my thoughts would be flying. But that only lasted a few times, and then I got used to it. And especially doing longer format stuff, which is not right for everybody. Like you can make a 30-second video. And that's one area where I saw a lot of people get started probably a year or two ago, was calling for everybody to just do a testimonial video and to just say, hey, I bought in 6 months ago, or I bought in a year ago, and I'm like down on my investment, but I'm a true believer. I realize that the bear market is the best time to accumulate, and that's when the market's going down. And I'm staking for this amount of time. And you don't have to like give up your exact numbers or anything, but you can speak in percentages and speak in years and stuff, and just say, my time horizon is 6 years or 1 year or 15 years, right? And if you just get your testimonial out there, and for the people who have been around already for a while, maybe you're up 500x on your HEX investment. Maybe you've done really well. Maybe you're retired now. Go ahead and thank the people who helped get you there, who taught you, whether they're inside of HEX or not, who taught you about crypto. Where did your crypto journey begin? When you document that kind of stuff, it's going to create content that is going to be fun for somebody else to watch, and is going to teach you a lot about how you can become more comfortable streaming. And after a while, trust me, you're not even going to think about it. It's going to become a routine that you look forward to. And I think the more encouraging we can be of other people, even when they're first getting started. And that's why I do want to shout out some channels that are brand new that I want to highlight. So I'm going to go to my YouTube here, and I'm going to just show you some people who probably started out recently, maybe in the past 6 months. I'm not exactly sure. And, because cross promoting was one of the number one methods that I did to grow my channel. And so if you want some basic takeaways on how to get started, is just start with your phone and your YouTube account, make your first video. You could delete it later. Just keep it easy. And then cross promote. And that will, ask people to stream with you. That's all I did to get to where I am. Let me see. So here's the first one. The link I'm going to drop is for Furu Finance. Now he's got really high production quality. I'm not sure how he got there. Maybe he has been doing it longer than I thought. Well, it looks like he's been posting videos for a month. So that's unusual, but still, somebody we can shout out to. So that's Furu Finance. And then here's actually a woman streamer. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. It's like HVIID Hex. And I think she knows Richard in real life, maybe. But she's got almost 500 subscribers, and she just started with her phone, doing a video. And I guess I could share my screen here and show you guys what these pages look like. And then the other thing that I'm going to keep bringing people back to is I set up a Telegram just for teaching people about YouTube, being a new YouTuber. And so I'm going to mention that multiple times in the stream. Didn't put it into the show notes even because it's so new, but it's t.me/HEX YouTube. And that's where I will be posting stuff for people who are new and people who have been in crypto a long time. Like yesterday, been a YouTuber for a long time. Yesterday, I got an email from Google saying your AdSense account has been changed or turned off or something. And I'm like, that's, I have ads turned off, but that's where the super chats go to. And, the reason I care about that more than just, the money and the love is it brings more people to your channel when you have super chats turned on and people use them. YouTube sends you more traffic because they're getting this huge 30% cut of your revenue. And so I looked into it, and then I posted the answer that I found in that channel, because I bet a lot of other people who started YouTubing at the same time I did would have that same issue, where they're just doing some weird internal change. So the email is just a weird thing that doesn't make any sense. But so that's the first thing I dropped in the Telegram, is actually something for people who are probably more experienced, but I'll get the new stuff in there I'm covering in this video. So that's one. And then who else? Who else do we have? I think there's a third. So Ben Dubard. Here we go. He's got almost 300. You could be his 300th subscriber. If you subscribe to him now, I'll drop his link here in the chat. And let's see how long he's been doing videos for. He's been doing videos for 5 months. So I gave you somebody who's been doing for a month and for 5 months and maybe somewhere in between. And yeah, so you know, some people like Ben, he is out there listening to streams like the ones I do and then summarizing them and making really great content that way. And so, you know, no matter what your experience level is, there's space for you to just get started, right? Now, the streaming equipment, the like streaming service that I use is called StreamYard.com. And that's a cool resource. There's a paid version and an unpaid version, and the unpaid version I think works for a lot of people who use it. And then there's one more channel that I want to go to here, and they invite a lot of people on who are new. And so even if you just wanted to get started by being a guest in a room full of 6 or 9 or 4 people, and then you really don't even have to talk that much, you can just go on and like say hi, and then you're getting started that way. This is going to be the Gen Hex channel. He's got 1.13 subscribers. And I think you have to have 200 or 1,000 to get like a custom name. But I think YouTube is changing that soon. So everybody gets a custom handle. But so this is Gen Hex, Craig Wadding. And he does like a weekly anybody can join type of thing, I think, on his live streams. And yeah, so in the future, I will also, I mean, I'll try to cover all the tips and tricks I can think of as you all are growing your channels and getting started. The first homework is to just upload a 1-minute video. That's the first homework. But then I'll even talk about like how to organize. Like Gen Hex does a pretty good job here, but we can do like reviews of like what the different options are to even lay out your YouTube homepage. Like you'll see for mine, I've got a very intentional layout where the first thing that's going to pop up for people when they go there is if I'm live now. And then you can also see where my upcoming live streams are. And a lot of people don't put landing pages ahead of time. And then people can't hit that button to notify them. So if somebody's just doom scrolling YouTube and watching a video they don't care about, and then even if they have their notifications turned off so it doesn't wake them up in the middle of the night, like I get a notification when I'm just watching YouTube if there's something where this notify button is. If I've done the notify me thing, then it'll pop up with a little banner when somebody's going live. And so that's kind of cool. So if you don't have the landing page, you're not going to get as many people watching. And that's really easy to set up in StreamYard. StreamYard makes it really easy to set up these landing pages. And then the way I've chosen to lay mine out, my YouTube homepage out, is where the next thing you see after upcoming live streams is past live streams in sequential order. So you can go back and so, I mean, even I can see easily like how many views am I getting? What's the trend there? And like, what are the different weekly shows and special episodes that I've been doing? And then I've also got a group here, kind of like a panel that shows my most popular videos. So this way you're getting like sequential. What did you miss? Like, where are you at and everything? And then next you've got like the greatest of all time, according to the views. And then I laid out panels based on like each HEX conference that I've done, like the online HEX conference from 2022, and then the in-person HEX conference from 2022, and then the 2020 HEX conference, or I guess this was in January 2021. So it's like almost 2 full years ago. And then the different shows that I do are Tuesday night and Thursday night, and so I've got a panel for each of those. And then I've got playlists featured, and I've got one panel that says what is HEX and HEX cameos, and so you can send people here to this playlist if you want them to learn what is HEX from 3 different videos in 10 minutes. It explains HEX 3 different times, all in cartoons and stuff, so people can really understand it. And then it goes into the testimonial videos that I was just telling you a little bit about, where you can see all these different people's testimonial videos. So let me share that, in fact, because that's a really good example of how to get started. If you're nervous or something, you can see all these familiar faces of people who did 1-minute testimonial videos to Richard Hart. And so this was like a year ago or something, but it shows you like all the different people. And I threw in some like funny cameo stuff, but there's Finn Bear giving his testimonial. So that's a resource for sure that I dropped there. Yeah. My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, so you can see how I laid out my channel, and then all my multiple playlists are here. And then you can show off other channels on your homepage. And so I made a tab where it shows other HEX channels that I think people should follow, or that I'm watching, or whatever. So Richard Hart, David Feeder, Crypto Stylist, Fashion Coder, Trevon, Crypto Sparbach, Crypto Coffee, Randy Hilarski, Cabana Crypto, Wave 3, K4K. There's probably a lot more that should be on there, but those were the ones I got started with there. So yeah, that's cool. Hopefully that's useful for everybody to learn about all that. I want to keep these pretty short and to the point. And so so far we've gone over like what are some examples of YouTube channels that are at different stages of the game. The goal is to give you the tools that you need over time to become a HEX YouTuber. The way to start is to make your first video. So I'm challenging you now to make a 1-minute video and upload it on your channel, and then go ahead and share it in our Telegram group that is where you can go to learn about all this stuff. I'm going to drop the links and drop the alpha there. So it's t.me/HEXYouTube. Let me double check. That's what it is. Oh, I see 10 people in there. So yep, it must be. There we go. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, there's the presentation I've got for now. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I guess I'll do my HEX therapy outro because, why not? And then I'll come back after I do the outro and I'll explain why I put a screen with music at the end.
It's from Maddie Allen of HEX Therapy Live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research. Big videos on sudden wealth syndrome. There's nothing that a human being could do better than try and heal his fellow man.
Maddie Allen's got that covered. Does emotional, feel-good, mind management, emotion stuff like as his gig because he's a therapist. That's what he does for a living. Like he helps heal people.
All right. So the reason why I play music at the end is because YouTube kind of cuts you off. That you want to get right once you've overcome your fears and realize that becoming a HEX YouTuber is going to be great is you want to get your audio quality on point. And so we'll talk about that next time, about how to get your audio quality on point, because that's going to be the most important thing. It's probably just as important as having a thumbnail, but even in some ways more important than that. So anyway, oh, and then also when I stream, so my stream goes to YouTube and Twitter, and on Twitter, it shows you the end screen as kind of the thumbnail before it loads the video. And so that's why I always put my thumbnail at the end with the background music playing me out, so that there's no weird YouTube hiccup at the end, and where Twitter is showing us what we need to see. So until next time, my friends, stake wisely and peace out.